In order to place nearly all employees in the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, on leave will take effect tonight at 11 o'clock Iowa time. Thousands of USAID employees have already been laid off and programs worldwide shut down. The agency provides assistance to countries overseas, including $2 billion in humanitarian food aid.
The Trump administration is working to dismantle the agency. KCCI's Ophelia Jacobson joins us in the studio tonight. Ophelia, farmers here in central Iowa say they could feel the impact.
Yeah, Ben and Stacy, that's absolutely right. We still don't know exactly which programs will be cut from the U.S. Agency for International Development. But one farmer I spoke to fears programs that depend on Iowa crops could be cut, and he's bracing for potential impacts on the agriculture industry.
USAID is important for farmers.
Aaron Lehman is the president of the Iowa Farmers Union. He says Iowa plays an important role in providing foreign food aid through the U.S. Agency for International Development.
USAID provides assistance around the world, and oftentimes they work with the Department of Agriculture and with farmers, providing grain as part of that assistance we provide overseas.
Iowa corn, soybeans, and other commodities, he says, are all part of the humanitarian assistance our country provides overseas.
It's unfortunate that we would drop those relationships that we built over time.
President Donald Trump is conducting a sweeping review of the U.S. agency. Reuters reports that the U.S. has already stopped purchases for foreign food aid programs. The Progressive Farmer estimates that USAID is responsible for about $2 billion in U.S. agriculture commodity purchases annually for humanitarian food aid.
The grain goes all over the world with USAID, and how much of that comes from Iowa specifically, it's difficult to tell.
KCCI wanted to find out exactly how much product from Iowa is being purchased to aid foreign countries through USAID. So we reached out to the White House and the Office of Management and Budget to ask exactly that. White House Deputy Press Secretary Anna Kelly responded, but did not provide specific numbers. Instead, writing in a statement, quote, President Trump is ensuring that taxpayer-funded programs at USAID align with the national interests of the United States, including protecting America's farmers. He will cut programs that do not align with the agenda that the American people gave him a mandate to implement, and keep programs that put America first. And I also reached out to the governor's office as well as Iowa Secretary of Agriculture Mike Naig. Both declined to comment. And by the way, Lehman says this could not have come at a worse time. This is usually the time of the year where farmers are planning, making financial decisions for the coming season. So he says this is really taking a toll.
And he's also says something about market turbulence too. What does that mean?
So what he means by that is if the federal government isn't buying all of this food for humanitarian federal foreign aid to countries overseas, we're going to end up with an excess of supply here in Iowa and across the country. And Lehman says that's going to drive those prices down, and that effect could last years.
And Ophelia, we're talking about tons of commodities here.
Yeah, Reuters is reporting that it's more than 1 million metric tons of crops across the entire country. So it's going to have a big effect.
Yeah, okay, Ophelia, we'll keep tabs on this for sure. Thank you so much.